Namaste, hello, good morning.
Hi, everyone is just getting out of philosophy class and we're all just trying to find our space to sit down and start the video chats. I'm sure everyone will be here shortly.
Okay, yes. I will wait for 2 to 3 minutes, so we will start. So Blaise, is the whiteboard visible for you clearly? Like, and if I will write like, is this word visible? Can you just let me know if the word is visible, like clearly, right? Anatomy, yeah, okay, great. We'll wait for a couple of minutes and then we will start. Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask, is it possible for us to maybe get your WhatsApp number, or even if you can just send it on the group, so if we maybe have questions later on, we can send them through to you and we can pick them up on the following class?
Okay, I will send you my WhatsApp number, but what about the management? Even management can give you my number. And I have just mentioned my profiles also, like on my Zoom, like in my bracket, about my Facebook link or my IG account. So wherever you want or to ask me the questions, I can help you even there. Any direct, yes, thank you. But I will write my number as well after. Yesterday, were you present yesterday's session or?
Yes, I was present. I was just watching on Amber's phone because I've never used Zoom in my life before. So today it's on my phone and everybody taught me how to use it. So here I am.
Or for me, it's also like using Zoom for anatomy classes. For anatomy classes is the first time yesterday. Like I never taught anatomy online like this, like without a skeleton, without what we say, that hanging skeleton in front. So we have to learn lots of things without anything or any equipment online. But we will try to manage, and I have taught it before as well without skeleton offline, so no problem. Yes, it is my responsibility.
Online.
Hello.
Iya. Lumayan kok, bagus. Can I see your link and then open it? Because it says here can open from the Chrome, from the Google.
Hello.
Otak kanan ya?
Dasma.
Kalau ada di sini terus.
Wah, kenapa deh senyum-senyum gatel? Si kakak itu gatel banget nggak sih? Oh, si Blaze. Oke, mereka bikin. Kenapa sih Blaze ketawa-ketawa? Astaga.
Oh, which language are you speaking?
Ketawa-ketawa si Blaze. Kegetelan.
Anyway, namaste Amber. Namaste Brenda.
Hey, everybody. Just remember to mute yourself while you're adjusting and logging on, and know that everybody can hear everything that you're saying. So
yes,
mute
even
yourself until you're ready to speak.
Thank you, Amber. And even I will say the same thing when everyone joins. To only unmute yourself only when you have a question, or try to raise your hand on your Zoom. Okay, so can we start now? If everyone is here, just show me yes. Okay, great. So yesterday we have started with our anatomy and physiology, first online session, even from my side, online teaching anatomy for you without a skeletal here. We will be learning most of the things. We will be clearing all the concepts here. So to let you know, today we will be starting with the skeletal system. Before that, what we have studied yesterday, that we should know. So from the yesterday, we have studied some things like about importance of the yoga, anatomy and physiology in our life. Why do we need to study this anatomy and physiology? Afterwards, what we studied like cells, about the human body in basic, then some basic things about tissues. So what exactly is a cell? A cell is the smallest element.
Delay nggak sih tempatmu? Lagi delay ya?
Can everyone mute yourself, please? Hello? Yes, everyone. Please mute yourself so that I can speak. So the cells are the building blocks of our human body, and afterwards we have seen the tissues, which are nothing but the group of cells together makes a tissue. Apart from this, what we have seen the types of tissue. What are the types of tissue? The muscular tissue, the nerve tissue, the epithelial or the skin epidermis tissue, or the connective tissue. In these connective tissues, what we have seen, what are the connective tissues mean? Like the bones, blood, and the ligaments. Or for example, you can note it down, some of the connective tissues right now. For example, there are many types of connective tissues. The first, which is the important, the ligaments. So what are these ligaments? Ligaments is a type of a connective tissue which connects or which joins what? One bone to the other bone. So ligaments are the type of the connective tissues which connects one bone to another bone. Then the next connective tissue is tendon, the important one we are watching. I hope you can see my whiteboard and the font size what I am writing here. If not, you can let me know that, try to write more big, I can write more big. Okay. So the first ligament, the connective tissue which connects one bone to other bone. The next connective tissue is tendon. Yes, Amber? What is this tendon? A type of connective tissue which connects one bone to another muscle. So bone to muscle connection is what? Tendon. And the third one is fascia. What is this fascia? The connection or the type of connective tissue which connects one muscle to another muscle. So the connection of a muscle to another muscle will make is due to with the help of the fascia. Okay. Got it here, everyone? Like ligaments which connect bone to bone, tendons connect bone to muscle, and fascia will connect muscle to muscle. Clear? Yep. Well. The next, after here, the connective tissue, we do also have the cartilage in our body. So what is this cartilage? Have you heard this word cartilage? No, never heard this word cartilage. Okay. So the cartilage is not exactly the bone.
Bone, soft bone.
It is not exactly the type of a bone which has the vascular system. It is a vascular soft bone. Yes, a vascular soft bone which have no blood vessels inside that. That is what? A cartilage which is present at the end of the bones or in different types of body. Here in our body, in different kinds, we will see. So this cartilage helps these bones as a cushion. Here, this cartilage helps these bones as a cushion in between the bones as well. So this cartilage has many types. Even this cartilage has flexibility. So type of a membrane, this cartilage, this soft bone. So what are these types of the cartilage? I will write the word cartilage. And what are these types of the cartilage? The first type of cartilage is hyaline cartilage. The first type of cartilage, hyaline cartilage. What is this hyaline cartilage? Where this cartilage is found in? We do found this cartilage in the ribs. So this cartilage is one of the weakest cartilage, you can say. This cartilage is one of the weakest cartilage. This membrane of the soft bone is found in our ribs, in our nose, or in our trachea. So like our nose has this membrane, like the cartilage, the flexible membrane, not a bone here. I'm talking about the vomer. This is not a bone, but a cartilage. Or the ribs, the connection of the ribs. People can think like the ribs cannot move, but with the help of the cartilage, the ribs even can move our whole ribs. Even in the trachea, what is this trachea? You found this cartilage type here. No? Trachea is nothing but the windpipe. Today we are just talking about the skeletal or the muscular system, but we need to also understand the digestive or the respiratory systems. So trachea is an anatomical term for our windpipe. Yesterday you have answered me that windpipe is located in the front and food pipe in the back. So that windpipe is also called trachea. So this type of cartilage, the weaker one, is mostly found with the type 2 fibers of the muscular in our ribs, trachea, nose. This is what the cartilage muscle or the cartilage soft bone connection. Connective tissue. This is a type of connective tissue. Again, cartilage is a type of connective tissue. The second one is fibrocartilage. The second one is the fibrocartilage. So what is this fibrocartilage? The word, the term indicates the fibro is also the strongest cartilage, or it can be found in the invertebral disc or in our spine or in our back. This type of cartilage are in between our vertebra. What is this vertebra? Vertebral column or the spine. In between, to make that vertebral column flexible, this type of cartilage is in between those vertebrae. Without this fibrocartilage in between the vertebral disc, we cannot even bend our back. For example, if we do not have this type of cartilage membrane in between our discs, we could not even do any forward bending or any backward bending asana, or even could not bend our back just like. So this is what the cartilage found in our vertebral disc or the spine. Here, it consists of the type 1 fibers. Again, the third important.
Can you send your white? We can't see the bottom of your whiteboard. Can you adjust your camera for your whiteboard?
I will write it above. Okay. I will erase this. I will write it above.
Thank you.
Okay. This much font is enough, I think, that you can see. This much size. Okay. Elastic. So, elastic cartilage or elastin cartilage. What is this elastic or the elastin cartilage? The name indicates itself, elasticity. So, what is the definition of elasticity or the elastic fibers? We have like two kinds of fibers. One is collagen fibers and one is elastic fibers found in our muscles. So this has the elastic fibers. Elastic fibers, this type of cartilage are found in our ears. You see the external part of the ear, you can touch or feel your ear like to regain or to come back in its original shape. And again in the epiglottis and again in our larynx. So this kind of elastic cartilage, you can note it down. Epiglottis, ears, and larynx. So what is this epiglottis? Again, yesterday I have told you that epiglottis is that flap of a tissue which separates our food pipe and windpipe. Which separates our food pipe and windpipe. Which sends the food into food pipe, wind into windpipe. But that epiglottis is made up of this elastic fiber, elastic cartilage. Even ears, the external part is made of this elastic fiber. Again,
Shubham, you're going to have to repeat all of that from number 3, the elastic cartilage, because you cut out, and we couldn't hear anything you described until now.
Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know.
So please repeat. Please repeat number 3.
I will repeat, but I think my Wi-Fi is working well. The connection, but okay.
No, it's been cutting out.
Okay.
It's probably our Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi is not very, very strong.
Yes. It can be because English. Okay, elastic fibers, I will repeat. This elastic fibers, the name indicates the elasticity, and the elasticity means to regain back its original shape. These elastic fibers are found in our ears, external ears. See, when we bend anything we do with our ears, it can come back in original form, like in our epiglottis. Where is the epiglottis? It is a flap of tissue in between the food pipe and windpipe. Also, after the epiglottis, this elastic cartilage is found in larynx. Larynx means voice box. So write it down. It is found in ears. It is found in epiglottis. And it is also found in larynx. This term larynx is an anatomical term for our voice box. Yeah. You can just write voice box, or if you want to learn some anatomical term, write it down larynx. Learning is different, but understanding the concept is what I want here. Try to understand the concept more. Voice box is made up of our elastic cartilage. So these three kinds of cartilage. First one you have written down hyaline cartilage. The second one you have written down the fibrocartilage found in our spine. The third one you have written down the elastic, where this is found, the cartilage, the soft bones in our ears, epiglottis, or the pharynx as well. I will erase out these things. Apart from this, now we will see about first system, that is our skeletal system. So for this skeletal system, what is the skeletal system made up of? The skeletal system is made up of the bone. And what is the bone made up of? What is the, yes, Amber? You raise your hand.
What type of cartilage is the knee? Like the cartilage in the knees and the elbows and the joints? What type of cartilage is that?
The cartilage, it has also the hyaline cartilage type. Hyaline cartilage also found.
Hyaline, okay.
Yep.
Knees and elbows. Gotcha.
Yes, the biggest. Even the hyaline cartilage, or even you can say the fibrocartilage in the back mostly, but hyaline cartilage found all over the body.
Thank you.
Yeah. Again, starting with now the first year skeletal system here, it was important to know yesterday the directional terms, what we have been studied the directional terms. So the skeletal system, as you have answered me yesterday, the number of bones in our skeletal system is 206 or 206 number of bones in our skeletal system or in our body. There are many bones when as a child or at a young age, but there are like approximately 300 number of bones, and after in an adultery, the number of bones, they become fused together and it becomes approximately in between 206. So there are more number of bones before as a child when the bones are not fused or fixed or has to develop or has to be grown completely. As we grow up, the number of bones starts to engage or fuse together and it reduces up to 206. Again, this bone, what is this bone made up of? So in our bone, there are many types of bones. Flat bone, regular bone, irregular bone, sesamoid bone, many shapes, different sizes, different shapes of the bones. Many types of bones you will find in our body, but what exactly this bone is made up of? The bone is made up of the inorganic matrix and the osteoid. So the bone is made up of the inorganic matrix. What is the inorganic matrix? Inorganic matrix means like the calcium ion or the calcium, you can say. In simple term, I will tell. So 70% of our bones. Somebody wrote some message. I cannot see exactly.
Yes, the girls wrote that it's a bad connection. They have bad connection.
From is it from my side or
no,
from?
I think it's from the school because I'm not far from the school in Villa, so I have good connection, and perhaps there is bad connection.
Okay.
Yeah, mine keeps saying unstable internet.
Okay, because where I am from, where I am now, it has a very good connection. So I was like thinking, how is it possible from my side? But please try to
maybe they can catch the notes from us also.
Okay, so please inform this to the school because in the Himalayan yoga, teaching anatomy is my second day online in the Himalayan yoga school. I have not taught in Himalayan yoga and I don't even know where it is located in Rishikesh. It is outside Rishikesh somewhere. I know these things in a village and it has some less connection at the moment due to heavy rainfall. Okay. So
So you
please,
were saying 70% it's calcium in our bones, right?
yes, what?
You were saying that 70% it's calcium in our bones?
Yes, yes. The calcium are the 70% in our bones. The calcium ions. So whenever the amount of calcium ions are less in our bones, we start to feel our bones are weak. Whenever you will do any asanas or anything, and you feel like lot of bones are like, you feel like weakness in the bones, at that time, the calcium ions from the bone become less and it gets converted into, or it gets into our blood cells. And the 30% are osteoids. Osteoids, or you can say proteins, carbohydrates, fats, minerals. So the 30% consists of these osteoids that are like carbs, fats, minerals, all together makes this bones, the 30% osteoids, proteins as well. With the help of this bone, with the calcium 70% and the 30%, what is this primary function of these bones? What exactly this bone does? Why do we need these bones, or what is the role of the bones in our human anatomy or our body? What does it make? It supports our body frame. It supports our body frame. It also generates or produce red blood cells. So first you can write down the support. The second function for these bones or the role is also it produces red blood cells in more. Do you know what is the red blood cells or what is the role of the red blood cells? So in our body, there are white blood cells which fight against infections, but red blood cells are also there, which are being made by these bones in our body. And the function of these red blood cells is to carry the oxygen from the lungs to every part of the body and to bring back the carbon dioxide from the blood to the lungs. This is what the primary function of the red blood cells. So like support our frame, supporting or to making the red blood cells as well, also making or attachment of the muscles via tendons, movement of the body. With the help of these bones, we can move our body anywhere, any way as we want. And it has also one more important role as a storage of calcium or the minerals. So it also stores the calcium and the minerals. Because when the time comes, like there are more number of calcium ions in our blood, the calcium ions are more. Some people may also have the problem with the thyroid. The thyroid problems can happen when there is more calcium, when there is more calcium in our body. So what does this thyroid do? The thyroid takes this calcium from the blood and put in our bones. So it also stores more calcium. 70% of our calcium from our body are being stored in our bones. Here, apart from this, we will say how this skeletal structure, about the skeleton system and the skeletal structure. So how many types of skeletal system are being classified? The skeleton system is being classified into two types. First one, axial skeleton, and second is appendicular skeleton. First one is axial skeletal and the second one is appendicular skeletal. This end letter at the end, what I have written is R. So try not to confuse. This is my R. Okay, yeah. I have been taught like this here. Okay. So about the axial and appendicular skeletal, these are the two systems in our skeletal. What is this axial skeletal system? The definition of axial skeletal, the number of bones which are present in one axis. So like in one axis of the body is the axial skeleton. It's very simple. The number of bones present in one axis. For example, in our head, face, neck, trunk, or you can say the torso, abdomen, back. So in one axis of the body, whatever bones are being present, write it down, is the axial skeleton. The next I will define appendicular skeleton. Very simple, just to let you know. Try not to figure it out in the manual at the moment. Just we will watch in a short. Appendicular skeleton, our hands and legs, or the bones which are not present in one axis of the body. Easy to remember. Is appendicular skeleton. So here in our upper limbs and lower limbs, hands and legs will make up our appendicular skeletal system. Axial skeletal in one axis. Okay. Up till here, is it clear? You can just show or give me the thumbs up. Yeah. So this first, we will begin with the axial skeletal system. Thank you, everyone. So the first, we will begin with the axial skeletal system. In the axial skeletal system, you all know in our whole body there are 206 number of bones. So these 206 number of bones are divided into axial and appendicular. But we will see some of the bones now in the axial skeleton first. The first, we have the head region. In human body, head. Head consists of our cranium. The first is cranium. Head means cranium. I am talking about, or you can write down skull. Forget this term. You can just simply write down the skull. Yeah. Yes. In this head region, there are how many bones? In our skull or in our head, there are 8 bones fused together. There are 8 number of bones which are fused together. So how it works in our skull, all the bones here. Just to let you know, understand rightly, I will just quickly show you the head section, how is it. So I hope it is visible. Try not to draw anything, just to let you know or quickly show. So this section at the front, the frontal section of the bone. This frontal region or the frontal bone is what? One single bone in our skull. This is one single bone, the front frontal part of the bone. Then this is the parietal region. This region of the bone is the parietal bone. These are the parietal bones at the two sides of our head. There are two parietal bones. How many? There are two parietal bones in our skull. There is only one frontal bone. Frontal bone in the sense like whenever you will do the headstand on your forearm, first bone you will place is your frontal bone. But whenever you will do the headstand from the crow or the crane pose, like in Vinyasa or in Ashtanga, you go from the crow or the crane pose in directly the headstand. That time you have to place your top of the parietal bone. So this is the parietal bone.
How do you spell parietal?
Okay, I will write down this spelling. I thought you have some book in front, but oh, no problem. I will write down the parietal.
Maybe today we can just take pictures of our books, and I'll just send you what we have in the books. It's very limited what we have here. I've been Googling everything.
Hello? Sorry? I just lost my earphone. Someone said something. Yes, please. Okay. So like this. So the marker is not working at the moment, but P-A-R-R-E-T-A-L, parietal. And my keyboard is also not working off my laptop. So I am just asked. Parietal bone. We have two parietal bones. Again, we have two temporal bones in our head. Always remember we have two temporal bones, two parietal bones, tempo. You know the word tempo? Temporal bone. So temporal bones, we have two at the side and one single occipital bone at the back. One single occipital bone at the back of the head. At the back of our head, we have one single bone. Also, there is one sphenoid bone and one ethmoid bone. One sphenoid bone and one ethmoid bone. Just write down this. We have the frontal bone. We have the parietal bone. Two, we have the temporal bones. Again, at the back is the occipital bone. There is only one single occipital bone. I am showing here at the back of our head, there is one single bone. In the front, this forehead, one single bone, frontal. At the back, one single bone, occipital, here. And even this sphenoid and ethmoid, like sphenoid bone is in between the temporal and the parietal section. In between the temporal and the parietal section. There is also one sphenoid bone and one ethmoid bone. I will write it above. Ethmoid bone. So sphenoid bone is in our head, skull, and ethmoid bone is located behind our eyes. You can write it down. So where our eyes are located, our eyeballs are placed in one single plate. I repeat, our eyeballs are placed in one single plate. That plate of a bone is known as ethmoid bone. You can feel it here. You can touch the eye. As I don't have a skeleton here to show you, you have to touch your own eyes here and see that one single plate where you will locate or find your ethmoid bone here. So like you have these 8 kinds of bones in our head or skull. One ethmoid, one frontal, 2 parietal, 2 temporal, 1 occipital, and 1 sphenoid. These 8 kinds of bones fused together will make up your skull. That will help to protect your or our brain. These bones are fused together, which will protect our brain. See, there is no need to remember all these names of the bones. Just to clear the concept. Try not to be so tense. To clear the concept, we have to know these things. Okay. Up till here, is it clear? How many bones now? Can you tell me, anyone? How many bones in our skull? 8, yeah. Again, after the head, we will see the facial bones. After the skull, we will see the facial bones. In the facial bones here, there are 14 number of bones. How many? There are 14, 1-4 number of bones in our face. Which are they? The 14 number of bones. First one here, I will write down the zygomatic bone. Zygomatic bone is an anatomical term for which bone? For our cheek. You can, yes, cheek bones are the zygomatic bones. How many cheeks we have? We have 2. So like 2 zygomatic bones. Again, the next, after the cheekbones, what is the region below the cheek? Upper, yeah, jaw. So we can say like, first I will take upper jaw. So what is that bone called for upper jaw? Maxilla. Maxilla. Maxilla are the bones in our upper jaw. So here left side and right side, there are 2 maxilla. Up, I am talking about up, not the lower, without opening our mouth yet. At the lower jaw, yes. Hello? Yes? Someone saying only?
I think it's all good.
Okay. I cannot hear you well. Can you just? Anyway, after the zygomatic and maxilla, we have the lower jaw. That bone is known as the mandible bone. You have to remember this important kind of bone in our body. Mandible. Forget about the word mandible. Remember, the lower jaw is only bone in our whole head. That is only movable bone. The only movable bone in our whole face and skull is mandible. Mandible. It is a very important kind of bone. Also, there are two nasal bones. Also, there are 2 types of nasal bones inside our nose. And inside that nasal bone, we do also have different bones like inferal nasal concha bones. So actually inside this nose, we have 4 kinds of bones, 2 nasal bones, and to support our tongue, or to support our food pipe, this inside the nose, it goes inside and hold our windpipe or our food pipe, the muscles. These are the nasal bones inside. So there are nasal concha, 2 bones, and the nasal hard bones, there are 2 bones. And before, while studying the cartilage type, we have seen elastic cartilage or we have seen hyaline cartilage. That hyaline cartilage, which is in our nose, to support that cartilage, there is one single bone that is known as vomer bone.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to repeat everything about the nasal bones. I'm sorry, but everything that you said for.
Okay, but everything means like all these bones. Okay, only about the nasal bones. Yes, I will repeat. So inside our nasal, there are just 4 bones, or just write it down. We have 2 nasal bones. We have the nasal concha bones inside our nose to hold and support our muscles, which are connected, or the connective tissue, which are connected with our tongue to hold grip our tongue and our nose. So, and the vomer, if you see this word vomer, V-O-M-E-R, vomer bone, this is the one single bone in the center of our nose. The hardest bone here, the vomer, to support the hyaline cartilage of the nose. That is the bone vomer. So we have 1 vomer, 2 nasal concha, 2 zygomatic, that are the cheekbones, 1 maxilla, that 2 maxilla, again upper jaw, 1 mandible, again 2 nasal, and also palatine bones. Palatine bones are inside or in between our cheek, behind the maxilla and mandible. Behind this maxilla and mandible, we have 2 types of palatine bones to hold and support the upper and the lower jaw here in our cheek inside. And if you will count this number of bones, you will notice that there are 12 bones up till now. And you have to write down 1 more bone. I will write down here, lacrimal. Again 2 bones, lacrimal. We'll speak first about lacrimal. What is this lacrimal bones? Lacrimal bones, lacrimal or lacrimal, you can say, are the bones you will find at the end or the starting of the nose and inside our here eyes, at the beginning of the eyes. So whenever we have the tear, like like the tear bones, it is also being called a tear bone. So the water droplets are being coming from these lacrimal bones, where the nerve and the vessels inside these lacrimal bones are responsible to bring out the tears here from our eyes. Here are the lacrimal bones. So like 2 lacrimal, 2 palatine, 1 vomer, 2 nasal conchas inside, 2 cheekbones, 2 maxilla, upper jaw, 1 single moving bone, mandible. This is only movable bone, the mandible, the lower jaw, and 2 nasal bones are the 14 kinds of bones in our face. There are these 14 kinds of bones in our face. And in our head, these are the 8 kinds of fused bones. So all these bones in our head are fixed apart from this mandible or the moving bone, the lower jaw. Yep. Again, from the axial skeletal system, we are only watching now axial skeletal in this one straight axis, head, face, Again, in our face, we have ears. Do you know how many bones are there in our ears? Yes, anyone? Amber, Blue, or anyone? Are there bones in our ears? Yes.
I think it's not like a ball. I think it's I don't know. I mean, I don't think we have a bones there.
Okay, I will tell you. No problem. See, there are Amber messaged me 1 million, but no. There are just 3 bones. There are 3 bones in 1 ear. So how many bones in 2 ears? There are 6 bones total in both the ears combined. In 1 ear, we have 3 bones. Write it down. The bones we find inside the ears are the tiniest bones in our whole body. In our whole body, the smallest bones, tiniest bones you will find in our ears. And those bones are located behind the ear, like eardrum. Next to the eardrum inside are the bones. Those bones are called as auditory ossicles. Those bones are called as auditory ossicles. Auditory ossicles means these.
Can you please write that down? Thank you.
Okay, I will write down this word as well. I have to erase this again. Okay. So the auditory ossicles audio. The marker does not work here when the board is wet. Wait a second. Is it visible now? Auditory ossicles.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So the bones inside the ears are called as auditory ossicles. How many auditory ossicles? 6 in 2 ears. In 1 ear, 3 are the tiniest bones in our whole body, these auditory ossicles. And what are the names of these auditory ossicles? Just write it down. Incus, malleus, and stapes. Incus, 1 bone, malleus, 1 bone, and stapes, 1 bone. So 3 auditory ossicles. I am just telling you about 1 ear. So you can just make it 2 in 2 ears. This is for 1 ear. But what is the function of this auditory ossicles? These bones in one sequence I have been writing. First one is incus. The second one is malleus, and the third one is stapes. So these bones are connected from the eardrum. First is incus, then malleus, then stapes. And stapes is connected with the help of the nerves to send the signals to the brain. So whatever sound is fallen on our eardrum, I repeat, whatever sound is falling on our eardrum, the function of these bones is to transmit and amplify that sound from the eardrum to inside of the ear, The function of these bones to transmit and amplify this sound from the eardrum to inside of the ear. It is the most important bones or the tiniest bones in our whole body, found in our ears. Okay, so today we have just seen the bones in the axoskeletal from the head, skull, facial bones, and the ear. Can you tell me how many bones are there in our skull? The number of bones?
In scalp, 8.
Then in the face?
14.
And in our ears?
6.
Very good. Again, which is the moving bone in our whole face? Anyone? Blaze? Yes, correct. We are showing.
The mandible.
The mandible. Yes, very right. The mandible or the lower jaw is only the movable bone. The rest are the fibrous bone joints or the fixed bones. Very good. Up till here, I hope it is clear to you. And in this way, we have to learn the yoga anatomy without a skeletal available, but we will clear all the concepts.
To clarify, so there are 8 bones in the head, 14 bones in the face, and 6 bones in the ear.
Yes, correct, Amber.
And we're done with the top.
Yeah. Today we have
okay.
done not the whole anatomy. We have to see a lot. Yes.
Sure.
And everyone try to carry a notebook or the pages because we need to write more or we need to see things more. Try just not to hear. For those who even I cannot say, I hope you all are writing what I am saying. Because here I am not taking any from book or any manual. The more I will speak slowly, some important things more than the manual that are important points. The manual is for your reference. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, see you everyone. Bye. See you. Anything, anytime you want to ask me anything.
All right.
Thank you. We asked for your number from management and we'll ask any questions if we need. Sorry, from the school side, the connection was really bad, but we'll take notes from people who were outside.
Yes, thank you.